everybody, this is going to be the longest video ever. If you want to just see the police contact in this video, please click on the timestamp in the description. Tomorrow is going to be September 21st, and it's going to be 1 year since I began the channel. And I want to say thank you to everyone out there that has been an inspiration and has been supportive of not only filming the police, but the other subjects that I've brought to attention on the channel. And I look forward to bringing you more content next year. However, right now I want to focus on the last 3 months and a subject that has been eating me up, and video that I have been so conflicted over that I have made it public and I've made it private, I've made it public, I've made it private. And I hope that this is the last time that I ever publish this video. Ever since Maxine Bernstein published her story that you'll find in the description, July 27th, I have been a emotional, I don't want to say wreck, I just don't know what I've been. I've been mad, and I've been depressed. I want to make clear that I'm not suicidal, I'm not homicidal, but I've been mad, I've been depressed, and I have been, I don't know what else other than that, and I think that's extremely okay, especially after the circumstances and what was written and the lack of investigation that took part on behalf of the media, especially since I actually had reached out to Maxine Bernstein on July 21st, and that's probably the best place to start. July 21st, I write, "I'm not the most likable person, but who is? Portland Police and Multnomah County DA's office is experimenting with charging cop watchers with intercepting communications. Oregon law link. Their last resort to protect the integrity of their lives. Photography is not a crime link. Keith Davis recommended introducing myself. My name is Eli, 6'6", black male." According to PBB, Portland Police Bureau. Born and raised in the city of Portland. So I'm very proud about that. And she responds by saying, "Hi, who has been charged with interception of communications?" Unfortunately, we wouldn't talk again until after she wrote the article on the 27th, and I was released from custody because I was arrested on July 21st later this night after this communication outside of the police department on 47th and Burnside after doing a live stream at the public information officer's home seeking answers to why Portland police officers or Portland Police Bureau told the media that I was part of a stabbing on June 27th at the DoubleTree Hotel. I was charged with trespass, telephonic harassment, and interception of communications. However, the officers didn't tell me what I was under arrest for because they didn't know what I was under arrest for at least a half hour. They were in communications with the district attorney's office. But the day of the incident they claim was June 29th, and the incident had taken place at the grocery outlet in East Portland. So again, on that Friday, I had sent an email out to Maxine Bernstein. I then went out and conducted a First Amendment audit live stream at the public information officer's home, or from who I thought it was his home. I was arrested for crimes they say I committed on June 29th, a month previously. They were misdemeanor crimes, and my bail was enhanced to $250,000. So on September, it's September now. So on July 27th, an article comes out by Maxine Bernstein, and it seemed I'm upset because I turned her on to the story and then she turned around and I feel decided to take the easy way out and just report what the police said. And I mean, she did reach out to the ACLU and did reach out to a few other people, but she didn't actually reach out to the person that brought her the story. She did not reach out to me. If she had reached out to me, she would have discovered that the events at the grocery outlet I was not proud of and had actually driven a wedge between Bob and I. That moment was just for him and I, and he made it for the world, and I clearly stated it in the comment sections of the video. I am not down with going to kids' schools. I am not down with filming kids. I will never make a video where children are the subject of that video. And if I do, I sure as hell am not going to post it on the Son of Hightower website or YouTube channel. There's not a website yet, and or I don't know if there ever will be, but you get my point. And I made that clear to Robert as soon as we got in the video, and as soon as we got in the car. You cannot upload that video. He did protest. I countered by saying, well, you can at least do not upload the video that I took because I was using his tablet. Long story short, he posted it. I got tired of being guilty by association, and we silently went our own ways. And if Maxine would have reached out to me, she would have known to dig a little bit deeper into the police statement and claims made that I was fondling myself at Salmon Springs on 4th of July. Because as you'll see, it completely contradicts the video, and the video was out at that point too. You gotta remember that I didn't think that Popsicle Gate was a thing. Popsicle Gate wasn't a thing until Maxine Bernstein published it in the Oregonian, published the police reports without looking into the video, without seeking an interview. It's an obvious hit job, and she didn't even ask the question, why was I being arrested for this incident that took place on July 4th if it was so bad, and why did it take until July 7th, until an hour after my First Amendment audit at the district attorney's house, after I had made the video how to ride the bus, why after I had been all at the police department all day long, every day leading up to going to the district attorney's house? I think these are questions that she just didn't want to ask, or I hate to say possibly lazy, or possibly maybe just too busy, we'll say that, to really get the full story. But she's yet to even reach out for an interview today. It's kind of been kind of depressing. So if you guys talk to her, because I've been extremely depressed. My personal life has been flipped upside down. It's been turned upside down because of these allegations. And as you'll see in the video, it's an absolute lie. The first time I was ever arrested filming the police was Cinco de Mayo, May 5th, 2017. And as planned, after my first arrest, I would take my grievances, the grievances that I had with the police department, my complaints, and I would take them to my policy makers. And so on May 6th, with the assistance of Robert West, I was given a ride to the residence of Mayor Ted Wheeler. The video is in the description. It was also the first time I ever met Muhammad. Maybe the second time I had met Chris. And I had only met Bob the week before, April 29th. But I had established somewhat of a YouTube channel by that time, and so it was time to reach out. And so meeting people wasn't a bad thing, and it isn't a bad thing, since I've made real good friends with Chris. Some say I've gone hard on Muhammad, and I would like to give Bob an opportunity to reflect on the last 3 months, possibly change the way he does things in regards to his no editing rule, in order for us to be able to film again together. The point to me saying all of this, though, is to remind everybody that I got into this to be independent and that I have the entire time had my own agenda, which has been similar to others. But again, the reason why I rock the lowercase I is to represent and remind myself of my independence. Officers have told me in the past that if I wanted to see change, I needed to talk to my policymakers. So that was my plan, and so that's why we went to the mayor's house. And after I received 2 jaywalking tickets, it was my idea to go to the police chief's house, Mike Marshman's. And the reason why I went to Mike Marshman's, or the reason why I wanted to go to Mike Marshman's, was to ask him whether or not it was a good idea to continue to tell officers, to tell the public, to reach out to the policymakers if they wanted to see change. Because again, I had reached out to Ted Wheeler and I had only received 2 jaywalking tickets for doing so. Maxine Bernstein would have seen the reasoning behind us going to these officers' homes if she would have interviewed me. Unfortunately, the story reads as if we just decided to just go to the police chief's house one day willy-nilly. I'll reach out to her once more before I post this, but the fact remains that the story that she wrote sucked and has quite frankly been driving me crazy. Just to finish the storyline, we went to Lieutenant Bisner's home after he assaulted me. Officers never made contact with us after that visit. I had been stabbed the day before that by some street kids. Things seemed pretty calm. The grocery outlet event happened. I communicated with some people that I wasn't going to be able to film with Bob anymore. The last time we filmed together was a couple days after that at a protest. And we went our separate ways. However, before we went our separate ways, I had made my intentions clear that I had wanted to next go to the district attorney's house. And the reason behind that visit would be to bring attention to the fact that I'm a cop watcher and that I had been assaulted by the public twice. First by William Cow and the second by an individual, I don't even know the person's name. And that simply because I filmed the police didn't give the district attorney a right not to treat me under equal protections of the law. I had been assaulted by people, and the district attorney was basically allowing, and has continued to allow to this day, people that film the police like I be assaulted by individuals in the public that are either subjects of the video camera or are confused and ignorant to the laws governing filming in public. I'm not the only one, okay? Robbie Eastbrook had his phone sawed in half and then handed to the police. Keith Davis had his hand smashed in the doorway by an independent police review investigator. Eric Berry, the same police officer, the same investigator that was contacted by Portland police and scheduled my first complaint interview. The level of corruption, the level of violence that is persecuted against cop watchers is insane in Multnomah County, and god damn it, I was sick and tired of it. I had just been stabbed. I had just been put in a sling. The police had told the media that I was part of a stabbing on June 27th. I had been arrested. I was arrested, charged with a felony, only to have it no complained the next day. Twice that had happened in 1 week. And so, damn it, I was going to go to the district attorney's house. It just so happens that Bob beat me to it. The video online in the description of Bob going to the district attorney's house shows Robert, Chris, and Sam Resnick. doing their thing, but it does not show me, and it's because I was not there. It's not that I was mad at Bob for going. I was a little upset that it took away from my whole storyline, but as an independent, I wasn't going to let that stop me. So I made the decision that I would go on July 7th, 2017, which was going to be a Friday, First Amendment Friday, and it was going to be the 70th day from the cow assault. Sometime around, I don't know, I think it was the 3rd or the 2nd of July, Robert and Chris also went out to Mark Kruger's house. Mark Kruger is the Nazi cop that works with Portland police, and there's a link in the description for that too. So there had been a lot that had happened between the time of going to Bisner's and Mark Kruger. The district attorney had already received one visit. There seemed to be a new video, or at least 2 new videos every day coming out at that time. And on July 6th, I made my intention known that I was going to be going to the district attorney myself. And you gotta remember that nobody had known that Bob and I weren't filming at this point. I never announced this. We never made this public. So who knows what the district attorney was thinking, but, or even if he knew with his spies. But July 6th, I said, I'm coming. And on July 7th, the morning of July 7th, according to police reports that are available to anybody who asks, someone decided to contact the girl from July 4th, and they decided to take a creative writing lesson together, and you'll see that in the first part of this whole video. By the way, I know this video is incredibly long right now, and thank you very much for following the story. It is incredibly insane, but it is one that has to do with police and cover-ups, and the longer that I go without telling the story, the longer the story is just going to get. So yeah, all day long on July 7th, the day I was arrested, outside of the district attorney's house, or 4 blocks away from the district attorney's house. That whole day I was at the Portland Police Department live streaming, walking around. I was also wearing a mask at the time, just exercising the First Amendment right to the full extent, within the laws that Multnomah County and the city of Portland accept. There's no law that says you can't wear a mask, so I was wearing a mask. No law that says you can't film the police department, so I was filming the police department, blah 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 blah. I was also live streaming saying that later this evening I am going to ride the bus from the jail here to the district attorney's house, making my intentions incredibly known. I eventually did make my trip. I eventually did make it to the district attorney's house. The district attorney finally did come out of the house, made contact with me. The police came out. This whole thing lasted for about an hour. Eventually it got to the point where my batteries got dead, and I decided that I was going to walk away, and I left. 4 blocks later, police officers came over and picked me up, and they arrested me, and they charged me for the events that took place on 4th of July. I was arrested for the events of July 4th on July 7th. I was booked in the county, and I was released on July 10th. I agreed to have no contact with Chris Ponte or no contact with Robert West. Because again, even though I wasn't filming with Bob at that time, they were in the impression that we were all filming together still. It was also at that time I was placed on something called pretrial release, which the district attorney stated that I violated when I was arrested on July 21st, 11 days later. But again, I wasn't arrested for the events of July 21st. I was arrested for the events of June 29th. Yet the judge agreed to my enhanced bail. And this argument has yet to be made by any legal representative of mine, and which also could have been explained if I would have had a chance to have been interviewed by Maxine Bernstein. Anyway, I'm very scatterbrained, you guys. I'm very sorry, and I have very little trust for the system that I honestly just, with complete contempt, just refer to as the hegemon. And for that, I do apologize. I apologize that better people out there, or people that are better at telling stories, aren't telling the story. It's hard not to feel like I'm already at a disadvantage because I film the police. And so I'm going to try not to, and continue to be unapologetic in my activism. But I do want to make it clear that I'm no longer conflicted about this video. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to crop out all the kids. All the dialogue will stay. Again, I never ever wanted to publish this video. The only part of this video that you're going to watch or see that I wanted to publish is the police contact. Unfortunately, I have to defend myself. And so thank you all again for watching. This first part is just going to be some context. And the last part is going to be the raw video cropped in order to show just the subjects of the video. But after watching the video and hearing this context, and then reading Maxine Bernstein's news reports and the other news reports that go along with Popsicle Gate, I hope I never have to say that again. I hope that you can conclude that not only am I innocent of what Portland police and what the news articles are saying, but also that there's a bigger problem, and that is that police accountability is gaining traction, yet there are gatekeepers that are in positions that can so easily derail our progress. I mean, thanks Maxine for reaching out to the ACLU and those people that you did, but you should have reached out to me. I have a family, and the story that you wrote is borderline defamation. I really do question your motives. Again, you wouldn't have even have had a story if it wasn't for me. Anyways, guys, here we go. Hey, what's up everybody? Today's August 20th, 2017, and I want to take a chance to try and better explain what Popsicle Gate is. Popsicle Gate is me going to the district attorney's house to let him know that I exist, and me being arrested based on an false claims. It's absolutely amazing that instead of explaining to this woman that they know who I am, they know what I'm about, they played right into her fears and allowed her to think, yes, if I were going to sell her image to a pornographic website. It is so absurd. I did not make that woman a victim. It was the district attorney that made that woman a victim for his own benefit, in order to temporarily control the narrative and smear my name in the media. So please don't reach out to her. This isn't an attempt to recruit people to investigate this for me. As you can see, I have no problem telling the story, but I want to make clear that I blocked this woman as soon as I found out who she was. And all of the posts that you see were shared to me by Portland Cop Block, who she reached out to. And once confronted with the police reports and her statements, she immediately blocked them. Honestly, I don't see this going to trial, but I still got to remind everybody to not try to make contact with this girl and focus on the fact that the police officers had the ability to de-escalate this situation. Eli, right? By simply telling her the truth.
Your name and badge number, sir.
Instead, they're using her as a pawn in a PR war to save face. Police accountability activists are winning. And quite frankly, it's shameful that the district attorney would use this girl like this. So with that, everybody, please again pay attention to the police reports and the the screenshots of the posts
I want to ask her about her
and enjoy the
tattoos.
show.
I see them now.
It's definitely distracted me.
We don't believe in invisible people.
Thank you.
Yeah, Skidmore. Or not Skidmore, the other one. Yeah, what's up?
Thank you. Have a good night.
Are you serious?
Why not? I'm just being honest. It's an important thing in 2017. Wouldn't you imagine? Wouldn't you agree?
What is?
To be honest,
About?
just you're a beautiful woman. That's about it. That's it.
Yeah, that's actually really great.
I'm just being honest.
We're visiting from Tacoma.
Okay. Are you from Tacoma?
Uh-huh, yeah, I'm 21.
Right on.
How old are you?
I'm,
Oh,
I
know.
am. I am. And like.
I know.
Well,
I actually model.
We're over here at a what I would consider the soft target compromise spot here at a garbage can. Areas like this would be there really was a thread of in their narrative. If their narrative is correct, if that is, again, if you believe that there's terrorism and all that stuff that isn't propagated, that isn't manufactured by the state, then a trash can would be a place of concern. And they probably even do run their drills, and they're even concerned because a lot of these guys are brainwashed into believing in this threat and this fear. So I'm always interested again who's interested in me, who has their eyes turned against the other way. Oh my God. Oh my God. See, so if I blow up today, guys, like, I had to keep my eyes on this crowd here. That was insane. Again, there are no uniformed officers here today, which means that they're all undercover. We're looking for those that are saying with their body language that they are undercover. Some of the women out here are so beautiful. It's amazing. It's fantastic. She's eating that ice cream cone, you guys. The way that she was eating that while she was on video, it looked like she was used to being on video. I'm just saying, it's 2017, you guys. It's a new level of flirt. So she definitely has
She definitely looked this way before she started up again, and she's looking this way now. Like, oh my god! Oh, she's doing that on purpose too. There's some interesting tattoos on her arm. I'm very attracted to a mature woman. And she is having a good time with that right there. She's having a good time with me, honestly. And you guys, we are all very, very, very lucky to be watching this. To have this own little show where she's pretending not to be watched, but at the same time she knows exactly that she's being watched. She knows exactly what she's doing with it. I recognize that she has a stroller. And as a father, I understand that power, the responsibility. And a woman's need to feel like a woman again. I want to ask her about her tattoos.
I see them now.
She's definitely distracted me. Thank you.
Yeah, let's do that. Or not Skidmore, the other one. Yeah, what's up?
Thank you. Have a good night.
Are you serious?
Why not? I'm just being honest. It's an important thing in 2017. Wouldn't you imagine? Wouldn't you agree?
What is?
To be honest,
About?
just you're a beautiful woman. That's about it. That's it.
Yeah, that's actually really great.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah?
I hope I didn't offend you.
Do you live here?
I do. I was born and raised in the city.
Yeah? Oh, we're visiting from Tacoma.
Okay. Are you from Tacoma?
Uh-huh, yeah, I'm 21.
Right on.
How old are you?
I'm-
Oh,
I am.
no.
I am. And like
I know.
I do because there's cameras everywhere and it's just kind of the thing that people do. So
Can I see?
yeah.
No, I want to see what I look like.
Oh yeah.
I
Well,
actually model.
do you?
Yeah.
Well, I honestly, I'm still recording, but if you'd like to have my email address, I can send it to you.
Yeah.
I'm actually published.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's your email address?
Photography is not a crime. It's Son of Hightower.
What's your name?
My name's Eli.
Like that?
It's actually sonofhightower@gmail.com. And I'm just out here filming undercover police officers, to tell you the truth. I'm a cop watcher.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. And honestly, as a straight male, I film beautiful girls as well.
You don't think that it's like maybe not cool to like use people's image and then not pay them for it?
you want me to pay you for it?
Well, you just said you're public, so if you're gonna make money off of filming me, that doesn't seem right.
Are you familiar with photography is not a crime?
Yeah, I am.
That's where I'm public.
And using that to film basically pornography without someone's consent isn't the same.
Is that pornography?
What you just did and what you're going to use that for is not
Yeah,
okay.
because my daughter was just on there too, and I'm not
He
okay with
basically just filmed me eating a popsicle.
He just recorded my 13-year-old daughter.
That wasn't intentional at all.
It wasn't intentional to get my daughter?
When was that? I don't even remember.
When you were standing right here.
I honestly, miss, don't even remember you at all.
Well, you might want to rewind and delete that shit out.
Okay, well, as soon as we're on private property.
I'm sorry?
But photography is not a crime and we're in public. So
So it's okay
that's where I'm
that-
published.
For film children. For film children.
And just so you
Who
know
are
that
running around in the water in their bathing suits.
there is a defamation law, so just be careful with where you go ahead and put that
I'm
stuff.
taking it to the police, and then they can take it to whoever they want, including the news, because I'm sure people would love to see your face. See, I was entertaining you until my boyfriend shows up.
Okay. Well, if that's the way you want to entertain, guys,
I feel like it's totally inappropriate that you would get underage girls, though.
but
I'm literally sitting here in front of children
now she's tripping.
eating an ice cream cone.
Now she's tripping.
Eating an ice cream cone.
That's unfortunate because she's very beautiful. Have a good night.
Yeah, unfortunate what? That you're gonna take literally footage of me in a public place and post it to some fucking porn site?
It's not going on a porn site.
No.
It's not going to go on a porn
It's not
site.
going on a porn site?
No, it's
That's
not.
why you walked up to me and said thank you.
Because it looked like you were eating that popsicle just for me and the camera.
Well, I wasn't. I was eating it to eat it. It's a fucking popsicle.
And you're the one that used the term porn site first, not me.
Hey, chill out.
Look.
No.
Don't touch
Yeah,
me, bro.
shut
Don't
the
touch
fuck
me.
up. I'll beat your ass, bro.
No, you won't. You'll go to
What's
jail.
up, then? Square.
You'll go to jail after you do
Now
that.
or I'll mace you.
Again,
Leave
you'll go
it now
to.
or I will mace you.
Again, you will go to
It's not
jail.
gonna feel good. You
Again.
just put your hands on me. I can if I want.
Again, you will go to jail. All right, I'm going to the first officer I see right
Go
now.
ahead.
All right,
I'll come with you. Let's go to the first officer you see.
all right.
Let's go. Because other people just said that they've seen you filming like 20 times.
Because I have
So
been out here
apparently you
filming in
come here
public.
all the time, filming children.
I'm not filming children, miss.
You have it on tape. The lady just said you filmed her daughter, and I have it on tape too.
Miss, right now, what you're doing
it's not
is...
fun being harassed,
No, miss, again, it's not.
but it's okay for you to watch me.
Yes, that arm is broken, miss. You're touching me. Don't touch me. If you have a problem, you call 911, okay? And we're standing right now at the
Where
east.
are you at?
the
This
west.
dude just literally fucking recorded me basically eating, and now he's like with his dick all fucking hard, literally recording me in front of the fucking water fountain. He's like filming little girls and filming me. Right in front of the water fountain.
Wow, this is a good YouTube video already, you guys.
This dude, right fucking here.
I'm
literally
filming in the
told me to
public,
take
yo.
his phone away from him,
She's
please.
tripping. I'm filming in public. She's tripping.
I was like,
Well, that was entertaining. We're
Daddy, what up, bro?
going to have to keep our eye on those guys. So that's what you get when you're being honest. She was literally, you guys, eating that ice cream cone for me. I'm telling you what. You guys watched that. You guys saw that video. And then she tripped when I said something to her. And now we've got fireworks on the east end. We're going to go ahead and ditch those guys through the crowd. I really don't want to put myself in a position where I'm in danger of getting hurt or hurting someone while I defend myself. Excuse me. That's the first thing that anybody ever does in that situation. They start claiming that people are filming children. In reality, she knew exactly what she was doing. And then she was embarrassed. You hear the term that she said, put it on some porn channel. It's not what this is.
We're going to go there and then we're going to go to university.
That's not what this is at all. Fireworks all over the ground. Excuse me. Again, we're out here looking for undercover cops and attractive women that aren't going to be tripping. It's a good thing that I gave her my email address. Let's see if they come back and start tripping this way. Private customer service is here. Fuck, dude. That was probably a bad idea, but honesty is a really good policy. I guess maybe not, actually, now that I think about it. Oh, look at this one. Trust me, lady, you weren't the one. I'm not interested in you or anyone you're associated with.
White guy, maybe Hispanic, like 45. He's in a camel green hat and a white shirt. He already has video of me that he's gonna masturbate to. He has a broken arm.
Hey, come on, bro. Tell the officers I go by Son of Hightower. They'll know exactly who I am. I'm going to have some police contact here, guys. I'm going to go ahead and save this camera for that, okay? They'll be gathering on this corner here pretty soon. I'm actually just waiting for the police to come. lady. You're gonna go to fucking jail.
I don't give a
I never fucking one time. I'm not getting any of your kids right now. I could, but I'm not. That's not my fucking thing, lady.
You did, though.
I film in fucking public, okay?
did, though.
You're in fucking public. You want to act like a fucking crazy person, you're gonna go to fucking jail. And these videos are gonna go fucking viral with your kids on them, and that was never the intention. Wake the fuck up. It's 2017. Move along. You're dismissed. I'm filming. These guys are going nuts. You guys continue on with your day. I call the police and tell them I'm over here on the east side of Salmon Springs. That's who I'm filming. That's who I'm interested in. Fucking nutcases. You see what I'm dealing with?
Yeah. People get really paranoid when you're filming, yo.
People get really paranoid when I'm filming. Fucking super paranoid. See that here?
Is Uncle Bob around?
She's not.
What's that?
He's not. I don't know where he is. He might be over there this evening, but I don't know. Turn this camera off now.
I wonder if there's more big demonstrations against old Donald Trump.
What's that?
If there's
Riots, riots.
every opportunity to go back.
Eli, right?
Your name and badge number, sir.
It's Officer Bryant, 47224.
Yes, it is Eli. Also known as Son of Hightower. Are you guys responding to a
Report of a masturbator.
masturbator?
In this area.
No. I
Something children probably shouldn't be seeing, correct?
Masturbating here, sir?
your name and badge number, sir.
Scott, 37329.
No, I haven't.
Thanks for the assistance.
You've been a great witness.
I'm not sure what that meant, make a great witness or not. I wonder if that's like kind of a thing saying that a challenge to my claim that I did not harass Officer Brian Anderson while I was being carried away in front of the DoubleTree Hotel. That was quite interesting. But these guys are here for a masturbator. I watched that video. That was really great when they said that to Robert about a master cop baiter. I was actually, and he didn't catch it. It was the same sergeant that prevented people from getting food at an event a couple years ago. Maybe I'll leave those links at the bottom. I always like references, but I do know that I've personally been assaulted twice by two people that have apparently.
Why you're following us?
Because I can.
Okay. Well, just keep your distance. I don't want you within like 50 feet of us, okay?
50 feet?
For our safety.
All right, I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to do 12 at the very least once you're doing business, because that's appropriate. But until then, I mean, I've had officers say that they could stand wherever they want while on exercising their First Amendment. Well,
Okay,
filming.
I
I mean, literally, I've had officers come up and put their faces directly in my camera, saying that they could stand there all day long if they wanted to. And I'll go ahead and leave those links in the description too, just so if you'd like to see them,
Did you
Officer Bryant.
understand what I asked you?
I think I did, but I don't understand why you asked me for that reason.
For officer safety and it's
For officer
reasonable.
safety,
Yeah.
guys, you all know me as a photographer. Look at this sling that I'm on here. You guys, they're concerned about officer safety. Hi. She's attractive. Let's go and check the 6, though. Checking 6. Check the 6. Check the 6. Check the 6. Check the 6. It's always important to check the 6, especially 2017. I think that was kind of a ridiculous request to stand back 50 feet for his safety. He's got a gun. My God. And also, I'm also in a cast. I'm down here I'm going to follow him because he's the most interesting. He's the one that believes that. Again, I'm in a sling down here. This officer is concerned about safety. I think more or less what it is just he doesn't want to be on my YouTube channel. Maybe we're going back to this station while the other two officers look for the masturbator. Like, I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if he was talking about me or not. Like, I wasn't, like, intentionally baiting anyone. Like, when I do that, I'm usually, like, wearing a mask. That's my thing.
Sir, why are you following me?
I don't answer questions anymore.
Okay.
I'm one-handed. And I film the police. I have a YouTube channel. I'm known for filming the police. You don't have to feel threatened.
Why? I don't know you. How do I know that?
Because I'm just telling you that. You sure you're in a this air of paranoia or mistrust isn't helping.
I'm following you.
Community policing relations.
I don't want you to follow me anymore. I understand that?
Sir, I'm just filming you in public, and that's it.
Okay. Well, like I told you, I feel threatened. Why don't you keep your distance, please?
Sir, I do this regularly. I'm in a sling. There's no reason for you to be threatened.
What?
The officers with you know that, and they told you that already.
No, they didn't.
If you don't know that I'm a photographer and that I film the police, that's not my concern.
It's not your concern.
Because I believe you're lying, honestly. And
why?
Because all cops are liars. You guys use that as a tactic.
All cops are liars?
Yes.
What's your basis of knowledge on
that? The fact that you said that you don't know me.
Okay, well, I don't know you personally.
Personally, but you know of me.
And
so you know that I film you. And so you know that the idea to be threatened of me, especially after my history over the last 2 months, is completely ridiculous.
It is.
You guys, I should be threatened or afraid of you. But thank goodness, I'm not afraid of tyrants. Because if I was afraid of tyrants, this valuable service that a lot of you guys out there are helping to support and fund would not be available. He's crossing at not a 90-degree angle. That's considered jaywalking.
Sir, I don't want you to follow me anymore. What is your name? What is your name, sir? Alright, I believe you're trespassed from Central Precinct. Please stop following.
I guess I've been trespassed from Central Precinct. We're not on Central Precinct. And I don't think I can be trespassed for filming from Central Precinct. So this isn't the first time I've filmed officers walking to or even from Central Precinct. So I'm going to switch this over to live though for all you guys to watch what I'm doing.
watch out for something.
Now we're approaching the northeast corner of 2nd and Main. Those cameras on the northeast corner of the Justice Center are, according to the testimony of Robert West, weren't on when officers assaulted him, and the city paid him some money. Again, I'm not doing this to get rich. I'm doing it because I'm an activist, and people that I look up to sacrifice their lives in order to see the changes and the benefits that I see today. Martin Luther King, who was arrested over 30 times.
You're a trespasser.
That's interesting. Excuse me, would you like to make that official? I guess I've been trespassed, but I'm...
Yes, sir.
Need to make sure.
I was just arrested and got out and was all really quick, and I just need my backpack for work.
Okay, I can see we have it here. Do you have any release documents?
Yeah, you said it's like...
I've been in here many times and I've filmed.
For me.
And who said that directly?
One of the officers I rode with, he goes, if you get released real quick, he goes, we won't send it over. And you should be able to get it. Exactly.
Generally speaking, if it's booked in, it's tough to get back from here.
Sure.
Did they give you any type of yellow paper documentation?
Very possible. I think I left it in the room. I might have left it in the release room.
Sorry, I'm just...
I could run over to the release room. I think they might have given me something over there. I just got...
in terms of the release of Wisconsin County,
right around the corner.
hang on 1 second.
Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is, sir.
Did they give you a property receipt? Just so you know, man, like you could get kicked out of this place if you're loud or anything. Like, I know they're probably not going to kick you out, but I go through this a lot. I've filmed the police, and so I've been booked in here many times for doing that. Matter of fact, they did this to my arm.
Yeah, they read about it.
But, yeah.
Is that what you wanted? Yeah, they read about it. What's your name?
You read about me?
Yeah.
Oh, son of Hightower.
Hightower, what paper?
Pinnack. Photography is not a crime. I'm also on YouTube too. I have YouTube
There's
channel.
another newspaper too, that free newspaper
Vanguard, maybe? I'm not sure. Honestly, no, I don't know. There's Street Roots also. I do work. Yeah, Street Roots is a local nonprofit newspaper that focuses on community justice. What's that?
What can I do to help? I'm just a carpenter who works for a living. And,
you know what you could do, brother? In my opinion, just treat people the way you want to be treated. That's the best thing you could do to help people, you know what I mean? In 2017, there's a lot of
awesome, man. Dude, that's awesome.
Judgments, all different kinds of stuff that's swirling around in our head. I think by design.
It tells me you're a good soul, that you really deep down care about people. So, God bless.
Amen.
Do you have a website
So be it.
or something?
I do. Go by Son of Hightower at YouTube.
Son of Hightower?
Think of the 1980s Police Academy movies.
What's the name of that website?
Son of Hightower.
Son of Hightower.
Yeah, do you remember the 1980s Police Academy movies? Yeah, that will give you a good reference to who I am.
Son of Hightower.
Yeah.
Do you have a pen on you by chance?
I don't have a pen. I do in my backpack. When I have two hands, I usually.
Backpack that everything. I remember that son of Hightower.com. I'll shoot you an email. You know what? I believe in I think your righteousness and power of righteousness goes a long way, and they need oversight.
Right on.
There's some good cops out there. My brother was a cop, and he was an asshole. But they need oversight. You can't police yourself.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah. So you're doing a job most people would be scared to death to do, including. I'm man enough to admit that.
Well, I think I should probably come over here real quick and grab some of these. These are complaint forms in a whole bunch of different languages.
How many times you been arrested? Are you now?
In the last month?
Yeah, I just want that.
Yes, sir.
3, I believe.
I will say it's looking like we don't have it here at the moment. In bin number 7, we have a map to our property room. I just disclosed to Martinez. He said he wanted to pick it up in the morning. They're open at 9 a.m. So bin 7, just behind you, there's a map to our property room.
Right.
Location with the number on that.
I know where it is, way out there, right?
Northwest.
Northwest.
Yeah, if you give me what you can now, I can go to work.
Okay, I don't think we have any portion of it here.
Yeah, they won't help you at all, brother. You got to go there tomorrow. And even then, if you just got arrested now, probably won't be there until after 11 once they make their rounds. So make sure you call them before.
That should be unconstitutional. I read it is unconstitutional.
What I hate is they take our cash and they put it on some MasterCard and stuff. I just want to ask this officer something really quick. I just needed to make sure, just be clear. Some IPR forms. I'm going to go ahead and file a complaint against that officer for threatening me and using intimidation tactics to prevent me from filming. The time is now 10:42, and the date is July 4th, 2017. And I think it's... Hey, I think he just went to go smoke. I'll go grab him. I only just want to ask you a real quick question. It just has to do with filming. Well, I already know the answer to that question there. Let me go get this guy here. I feel like I already know the answer to the question. Hey, buddy, they want you back in there. Yeah. I got him back here for you. I got him for you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience. It's been a pretty busy night tonight.
Yes, sir.
All right, I've got this for you right here. And unfortunately, you will have to get the information out of bin 7 there for tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning at 8.
I believe they open at 9, but all the information is on that map right there.
Okay. And then everything's there.
It should be, yes. And just make sure you hold on to that yellow paper. You can get yourself it out, but that makes it a lot faster.
Okay. What about the money?
I am not familiar. Anything that was impounded at the time should be there.
Money too.
I mean, probably. I can't speak specifically to anything, but if it was there, it should still be there.
Do you mind if I step in here and ask him a question real quick?
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that, like,